what a mom is in your life.
Happy Mother's
Day! Welcome back, guys, to season finale, episode 2, with your hosts Fortunato and
Luca. Today's a very exciting day. We're gonna talk about a very important topic, and why you should appreciate your mother and why Mother's Day is even a thing.
And it's so important because today is Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, all the moms, all the mommies. And we're going to tap into how important the mom is in general and what a mom is in your life. So I want to make Luca start.
So basically, for me, in my opinion, I think a mother is something that is so undervalued and so underappreciated by many people. I feel like sometimes too, myself, sometimes I just thank you or a good morning or a hug. Sometimes I forget to say things like that. And it's the things even the basics, go really deep into the basics, making your bed. Sometimes you're doing your own bed. I feel like your mother will appreciate that. She just appreciates it because she sees you maturing and growing up as a person. And it's happy to see them see from their perspective. It's happy to see you progressing in life in the right direction.
Exactly. And I think the most important thing is how people could, sometimes with their busy schedules forget how much their mom does for them. And, honestly, for myself, losing my mom at a young age and not having a mom for a long time now, I realized that even till now, having that mom figure around, they really, really do a lot for you that you don't even know about. And, from like Lucas said, from making your bed, when a mom, sometimes you're so lazy or you're so in such in a rush that your mom makes your bed, you have food on the table. And, you have so many things that are gifted to you, and you realize that when they're not there or when they're gone. And I mean, it's so important to cherish your mom because you only get one mom in the end. You only get one dad, but that the mom can never be replaceable. A mom is just a special type of creature, if I could say, a special type of person that is irreplaceable.
From my experience, where I noticed something is one time. This is a really good story because I even I vocalized it to my cousin. I was like, "This is crazy! I didn't even think about this." We went camping. Usually I go camping as a young kid. I used to go with my parents. I used to go and we used to play outside, right? Because you're camping, you can't go inside. There's not much indoors to camping besides the tent.
So
we used
inside.
To play. And we used to come back at 5 to come eat. But something I didn't realize, this is where it really clicked.
Yeah, I know what you're about to say.
When I was with my cousin and his friends, we come back to the campsite. It's 7 o'clock. We still haven't eaten. And we're like, holy moly, Nico, I didn't even realize the time because usually when I go camping, I come back, the meal is ready, the table is ready. All I have to do is help prepare, do the dishes. So true. And it's crazy. It took that for me to realize.
I used to realize something. I used to realize when I was young, when my mom was here, I had no car, right? I had no sort of transport to go anywhere. And it's crazy for myself, how a parent, we're saying this from a mom and dad's perspective, but because it's Mother's Day, we're talking more about the moms. But, when you used to call your mom to say, "Mom, I'm here and I need to get picked up." No matter where you are, no matter what the time is, they're gonna be there to pick you up. In our head, we think okay, whatever, they have to come pick us up. They're our parents. But you can't think like that. You know how many friends I've had and how many people, how many kids nowadays that they're walking home from school, or they're they have no one to pick them up. It's bus and metro everywhere to go because they don't have that support system, not support system from their parents, but that privilege.
The luxury, it's a luxury.
Yeah, it is
because coming home to a meal every day, that's a luxury. It's a big luxury.
You don't know what it is to come home and you're gonna you don't know what it is to come home and you have to cook your own meal. Understand? Yeah. My dad cooks too, but some of the times I have to cook my own meal. But having that meal cooked for you when you get home at night is the most special thing in the world because it makes you feel really I'm really loved. I'm really looked after. And it's a small thing.
And that's where it's underappreciated by so many people. Yeah. So many people underappreciate it. It's okay, this is a good one. This is not only mothers, but it goes for father and mother. But
there you go.
But it's Mother's Day, so I'm gonna say mother. But when you take your mom's car, the tank is usually always full. And that doesn't just fill up. It doesn't just fill up at all. These are things that
they fill it up for you.
They fill it up for you. And and they're not necessarily doing it for you. They're doing it because they know someone else is going to take the car. So do the favor back this weekend or today. Fill the car up for your mom.
You know what it is? I hate when they say I always hated the fact that today is Mother's Day, so we have to appreciate our moms and really cherish them. But you should appreciate your mom and cherish your mom every single day. I mean, like I said, we don't know how many things your mom does for you are in the littlest ways, but they mean so much. Understand? So like, guys, whenever like you see something that's placed in the right way that you want it, or your clothes are washed when you want them to be washed, they don't get magically washed or magically put there. Your mom's doing it because she loves you and she cares about you, and that's why she does it. So show respect back and show your love back to them.
Do something in return. I think that's the best thing to do. I know my mom appreciates it, and they might not always say it, but why do they have to say it if you don't even say it? You don't even say thank you sometimes. I'm speaking very broadly.
Exactly.
Sometimes I wake up and my mom says, "You want a coffee?" She makes me a coffee, and then after, sometimes I forget to say thank you. But she doesn't always have to say thank you for you. For the amount of things that sometimes like a mother does for us.
It's crazy.
Yeah, like there's not even thanking is not good enough.
You know what I realize is that like I'm looking at it in a way, and like put this into perspective. Okay, listen to what I'm gonna say. Like imagine us. Okay, our parents came from like a generation that like was immigrants and hardworking people, and our parents came to a life that they had some things handed to them in a way, but they worked hard for a lot of things they have, and they still give us everything they want and more. But imagine our grandparents, our grandmothers in a way. These grandmothers coming, and grandfathers, but more grandmothers because it's Mother's Day. These grandmothers coming from a foreign country and coming into a country where they don't even know what to do when they get here.
Straight off the
and
boat.
starting a life and caring for your kid just like you would care if you have everything.
Yeah.
Understand? Think about that for perspective, because my grandmother always used to tell me, and my mom used to tell me the story all the time, is that when my grandparents first came here, they came here with nothing, like everybody else, right? They came off the boat and they had to start their new life. And I remember my mom told me that when they first came here, their first supper was a loaf of bread. So it was a big loaf of bread that was given to them from a bakery.
We have that as a side dish.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's a side dish. But these guys got a loaf of bread, and my grandmother and grandfather especially too, they fed their kids before they fed themselves. And it might be a little thing, but think of it like this: when your parents cook a meal, understand, when your mom they cook their meal and they take the first spoon of pasta, who do they give it to? You know what I'm trying to say? Yes, they give it to the man of the house, but usually a lot of times they give it to the kids first, and then it's always the mom that eats last.
Yeah, because they always think about the others, and that's something crazy. I feel like that on a touchy topic, right? Not touchy, but like on a sensitive topic, that's where you could see like the mom. I feel like not in every relationship, not every depends, because now we're talking about our parents' generation.
Yeah,
but it's always everyone then them. And they do it, but they do it out of love. Like
they don't do it on purpose.
No, they do it because honestly, it's like, on the plane when they say help yourself first.
Yeah.
If something happens, like I feel like my mom would be like, no, she's still like she'd help everyone else, then she'd help herself. Yeah.
It's what it is that going into stepping into the father's perspective for a little bit. Your dad's always going to be the more manly type of guy.
Yeah.
And the type of guy that doesn't show the most emotions. Like my dad, I think I've hugged him 6-7 times in my life, but it's not, and it's not because he doesn't want to hug you or anything, but emotions are shown differently. But in a mom, getting that hug from a mom or getting that kiss from a mom when you get home, a kiss on the cheek or whatever it is,
it's special.
It's a special thing. It's a mom's touch, and I don't want to step into my foundation, but that's when I first put the perspective of a mother's love. I understand. Then I put foundation. It's because a mother's love is so important, and with my project that me and that Luca helps me with and everything, you can see that we're doing it in a kind way, but in a mother's love way. Understand? We're giving the love of a mother would. That's what I always said. We're giving the love of a mother would to strangers and to people that we don't know, but are people that are in need, and they feel that love of a mother, but in us.
Yeah, and it shows how much you just have to care, and you just have to put. Sometimes you have to put gender aside. It doesn't matter who you are. If someone needs help, you help them in a certain way, and you just do it. Because even if you think about it, I've told my dad something once, and I was like, "Oh, I really like this," and I feel like his way of giving back was he got it from me 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks later, he wouldn't say, "Oh, you want it? I'm gonna get it for you." For my sister, it's like, "Oh, you want it? Okay, I'm gonna order it for you." For me, it's right he gives it a bit of time, and it's like, "Oh, I'll give it to you." Yeah.
You know what it is that I just feel it all the time is that we take it for granted so many times, and
a lot.
And it's sad to say, it's not to feel bad for anybody, but for myself, I wish I had a mom here. People that lost their mom, it's not different when you lose a dad or a mom, but when you lose your mom, it's a type of you lose the feminine part of you, if I could say, because we all have a feminine part of us. We all have that loving type of side. And like, you know, when you talk to your mom and when you talk to your dad, it's different. Like talking
Like
to your mom, you could
you
go
get
ahead,
different aspects. Like, let's say you get like, if something would happen to you, let's say in your relationship, I don't think you'd necessarily want to go talk to your dad.
No, like, you know, you usually talk to your dad when it has to do with like, okay, when should I kiss her, dad? Or like, you know what I'm saying? Like type of like when you make that move with that girl. But like when you're in a relationship or when you really truly love someone, you go to your mom to see exactly how you should go forward with something. And you know, something about moms and their opinions, they really spark something in you.
It's magical.
Understand?
It's literally magical.
Yeah, it's like not even like on a like we're not even I'm not even meaning it just for the podcast.
Yeah.
It's just when they say something for you, it's just like it's something that like you could see that they really
touches
care.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, they really care. Exactly. Like I still remember things like from a while back what my mom told me, and those things will stay with you forever. And I'm speaking for the people that lost their mom and they're watching this podcast, or if you step around this podcast, for people that lost your mom, guys, you know, think of it in a way of all the time you spend memories with them, understand? And put that love into someone that you see that mom figure for yourself. So like if you see, like for my dad, my mom figure is like my aunts, my grandmother, you know, my girlfriend's mom. Those are mom figures for me that really show me a mother's love. Understand? But even my dad's like a mom's love.
Now that you say it, it's crazy. When you keep saying a mother's love, and I'm like,
it really
makes sense.
That's where the name comes from. Understand? So like I don't usually talk about that, but that's where usually the name comes from. And like all these women in my life, that's where I get my mother's love from. Understand? And even in my dad, I get that love from my mother. But guys, if you don't have a mom with you, understand? It sucks. It's the most hurtful, terrible thing in the world. But if you can find someone that shows you a love of a mother, understand? It's perfectly fine. You got that touch. You know, you got that feeling.
That's crazy. I love what you said. It's so like I think it puts it into perspective for some people too, especially
some words
for some
come
people.
Out.
Yeah,
some words come out nice sometimes.
Yeah, it came out really natural. It was nice.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
But like even like it puts it into perspective for some people who lost their mom. It's like you're not alone anymore. You can't keep thinking like that because you have a life to live and you have to move forward. And
exactly,
you're not replacing her. It's not even a substitute. It's just there are motherly figures around. Like my grandmother, like you said, I never thought of it like that. She is like a second mom, but she has a different title.
Yeah. My grandmother, when I lost my mom and then I lost my grandmother like 6-7 years after, it was like losing my mom again, like because I lived with her and everything, and my grandmother was like my mom to me. I understand? Because when I lost my mom, I lived with my grandmother and she showed me the love of a mother. So I mean, it just goes to show from that a woman or a man, whatever it is, can show you that love of a mother. Understand? It's when you find that you'll feel it.
That's
understand?
Crazy.
And that's what's special about that, you know.
I ever. When you just put it into perspective for me, and I think like the viewers are going to be shocked too, because in the first 12 minutes of the video, I actually learned so much. It's crazy.
No, it's just because this day for me, understand, like from 3 years ago, from starting my foundation, was always the worst day of the year for me. I couldn't stand Mother's Day, and Mother's Day was usually a day that I would call in sick to work, or I wouldn't make plans with my friend or my friends or my girlfriend or family, because it would kill me to go out. Because even Instagram sometimes, you know, it hits you tomorrow, like it's gonna hit me tomorrow. Like, you know, you see pictures with their moms, and it hits you because like you want that feeling, you know, you want to have that. But like at the end of the day, you have to step back and you have to realize that, listen, I've grown to be a man, and I've grown to have so many aspects of a mom's love in me, and I feel like one day I hope I can give my kids and the people around me the love that my mom gave me. So that's what I'm trying to do, and that's why Mother's Day for me is more special, and especially with this podcast. Are gonna
be spoiled.
yeah,
but it's gonna be good.
I'm gonna buy my kids fucking dinosaur, whatever they want, man.
It's amazing though. It's true. It's true though. It's really true, because you think about it, and people are like, oh, like even on vacation. Okay, when I go on vacation, it's not usually a mom, but like you have to like. That's when you start to realize too, like you get like you gotta take it for granted.
Don't worry about it. Go ahead. Yeah, you do.
Like you take it for granted, because when you're on vacation, like when I was camping and I came back and it was like not to repeat myself, but it's like, oh my god, like we're gonna eat at 9:00 by the time everything is made.
Yeah. You expected to come back and you had the food right away in front of you. I know what you mean. Yeah,
it's crazy.
My dad feels that all the time. Like my dad sometimes is like, a mom, I don't know what it is when you get like they always know what the hell to cook.
Yeah. Like, like my dad, what do you want to eat today? Oh, I don't
Yeah,
know.
we're having grilled cheeses tonight with tomatoes inside. That's
No,
that's
this is what
specialty
usually
today.
ends up happening. My mom goes to the restaurant. My dad cooks, by the way. It's just to get it clear.
Awesome,
He
awesome.
cooks. But then it's like when my mom goes out, he's like,
Oh,
oh,
shit.
so I guess we'll go to the restaurant.
I guess
So
we're
we
eating
go
out
out
tonight.
too. That's what
I
usually
love that.
happens.
I love that. But guys, honestly, like today is Mother's Day, and it's a special day for a lot of moms out there. I know we're in quarantine. I know we can't buy a lot of things.
They
but
could still be treated properly.
yeah, like you don't have to buy anything to show your love, but just show your love
Make
in
a
an emotional
coffee.
way. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And this like you know what the most important thing is that I find is that we don't do is like don't like okay if you want to you can sit your mom down to tell her whatever, but just tell your mom tomorrow that like you really appreciate her, and you
Yes.
should tell her that every single day. But tomorrow, most importantly, tell her you love her and tell her you appreciate her because
Or wake her up at midnight.
Yeah,
well, it's too late for that. But next year, wake her up at midnight. Say,
there you
Mom,
go.
I love you. Happy Mother's Day.
But honestly, like because you never know what can happen in life. Understand? Anybody could be taken away from us. So, like I mean, just appreciate all the time you have with all your loved ones, and especially with your mom today.
Yeah.
Enjoy your time with her.
Yeah, and it's a very special day. Never and
Exactly.
this day should be celebrated every single day.
Single day, exactly.
But it shouldn't even be celebrated. I think Mother's Day is a day to remind people to appreciate something that
Exactly.
is very temporary. Because even if you lose, if you think about it, this may hurt. I don't want to say it in this way, but if you lost your mother at a very young age, well, when you're gonna get older, you're also gonna lose her.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, she's gonna be older, but the day's gonna come. So appreciate her every day because you don't know when that day comes.
Exactly. Young or old, it still hurts to lose your mom. And
Yeah, exactly.
always love her in every single way you can, and never stop loving your mom because your mom is the most special person in the world.
Precisely.
Guys, on that note, we want to get into a really cool topic. Since this is episode 22, sorry, not season.
It's the end of a first season.
It's the end of our first season, and we want to say a huge thank you from the bottom of our hearts for all the support you guys have been giving us.
It's crazy. I love all of you guys. It's amazing, and like there's also a little project coming
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
I think it's Sunday,
Yeah, Luca's going to be doing that project. He has a very special project.
but it's
that
from
he
me
had a
and
great idea.
Fortunato to
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But one thing that we're really, really excited to say, and we put a lot of time and, also funding in it, because whenever, like we always say, whenever you have a dream, you got to put your time, money, and effort in it.
Yeah.
And especially with this podcast, we love what we do. We love what we do for you guys, and we do it with all our hearts. And this is why, Luca, I'll make you say it, because,
We're
you're
very,
like-
very excited to announce
No,
that
you say it.
we're getting a studio. And not
There
only
you go.
is this studio going to be a studio, this studio is going to be a studio beyond studios. That's a lot of studios. But
Yeah,
this is going to be,
It's our
I-
unique. It's like a unique space.
it's revolutionary. It's going to be
We're
cool.
gonna. It's so simple. It's such a simple space. It's such a plain space. But the thing is,
Yeah.
is that it's what makes it special is that it's ours.
Yeah,
And
and
that's
it's
what
going to
makes it
be
cool.
modified to our modified. It is modified to our likings. It is
Our table
like the
is
way
gonna
it
have
looks.
hydraulics.
It's gonna have hydraulics. It's gonna be
No,
the
no, I'm joking,
There's
we're
gonna
joking,
be
we're
the
joking.
smoke as we walk into the podcast.
we just made. We're still gonna modify it as the episode. We're gonna be out modifying it this week because
Yeah.
I think we're gonna be coming out with the first episode of our season 2 will be
On
in our new
Thursday.
studio. Yeah,
Yeah.
and our
Thursday
actually-
coming up. I'll give you the exact date. It will be Thursday the 14th. No,
Exactly. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, Thursday the 14th.
Wow.
Yeah, it's coming up soon now. We gotta get ready.
Oh my God. Wait, no,
Oh,
not
no,
Thursday
no,
the
no, no,
14th.
no, sorry.
The
it's
21st.
May 21st. There you go. There you go. Got me scared for a second.
Exactly. I was
Yeah,
like,
but
oh my
May
God.
21st, we're gonna have. We gotta get ready, but we're gonna have a unique space, so we made it our own, and we're just happy that we have all
It's
our
already in the
equipment ready
build.
to go.
It's already still like it's in progress right now. Everything's
Exactly.
coming in. Orders that we placed, like a lot of
Yeah.
orders actually coming in. We have a lot of boxes.
We got a lot of equipment and professional equipment to satisfy
Enhance it
your
for
needs.
you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, because we got a lot of requests of having our own equipment, having our own studios. Studio, not studios.
And it gets a bit boring having like Fortunato there, but he's not literally
Yeah.
there. He's just like
But
he's there,
honestly-
but he's not there.
One thing I want to say for the studio is that I know it's still quarantine, but myself and Luca will be respecting the quarantine 100%. We'll be disinfecting everything we'll be using, and we're going to be keeping the kind of view that will be
Our distance. We're keeping your distance.
Yeah, our distance. So like we're gonna have a 2 meter distance, 6 feet, and we're gonna make sure that we're respecting the bylaws of the government. So.
Yeah, and it's going to be, I swear, it will be the coolest thing. It might
Yeah.
be. I'm not gonna give like anything. I don't want to like overexcite it, but it's not gonna be maybe it's going to be 2 views. Maybe it's going to be 2 perspectives. Maybe it's going to be 2 cameras. Maybe it'll be 3, but we'll see. I'm not saying anything, no promises, but it's going to be exciting.
And the reason why we're doing this, guys, is because it's not only that we're expanding as a podcast and we see that the views are going up and, you know, we're having so many different countries watching us and people reaching out to us from everywhere in the world, but it's just like we enjoy this so effing much.
It's
like,
crazy.
We love this.
Yeah.
So
I can't explain how good I feel after the podcast.
Yeah.
Like the way you feel after a podcast is incredible. It's not like oh my God, I'm glad it's over. Like it's more of like, oh my God, this was so fun. Like I can't wait to do the next one.
And we got that satisfied feeling for 22 episodes now. So we can't wait to see what another season 22 episodes in season 2 brings. Exactly, guys. Thank you so much once again for tuning in. Buy your merch, Positive Guys merch. Hoodies, sweatshirts, t-shirts, and stickers. And we'll see you on season 2.
That's going to be crazy. Yeah. That's going to be really exciting.
Anyways, Fortunato checking out. Peace out,
Luca
guys.
checking out too. Have a great day.
Ciao, guys. Happy Mother's Day.
30 seconds and counting. Astronauts report it feels good. T-minus 25 seconds. 20 seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal.